Here's something that might surprise you. The ancient Egyptian pharaohs didn't just hope for an afterlife, they planned for it like a high-stakes mission. They believed they could take everything with them: gold, food, chariots, even servants. Imagine packing for a trip that never ends. That was the pharaohs' mindset. Their entire reign was spent preparing for death, not as an end, but as the start of an eternal journey among the gods. This belief drove Egypt's greatest achievements. The pharaoh was seen as a living god destined to become Osiris, lord of the underworld. For this transformation, his body had to be perfectly preserved, his spirit needed a home, and his name had to live on. If any part failed, immortality was lost. So, they built massive tombs filled with everything needed for eternity. Tomb construction began the moment a pharaoh took the throne. This was no ordinary grave, but an eternal palace. Armies of workers and priests dedicated their lives to this project, carving spells, painting afterlife scenes, and preparing treasures. Every detail was planned to help the pharaoh survive cosmic dangers and divine tests. The afterlife was imagined as a perfect version of Egypt: no hunger, no sickness, no death. But to reach it, the pharaoh had to navigate a perilous underworld. The pyramids, mummies, and spells were his survival kit for eternity. This explains the extraordinary lengths they went to, not just building tombs, but gateways to forever. Their obsession with the afterlife shaped every aspect of Egyptian civilization. Understanding this helps us see why their monuments still awe us today. They weren't just building for themselves, they were building for eternity. Why this obsession with immortality? For the pharaohs, it was about more than personal survival. It was about cosmic order. The Egyptians believed in truth, balance, and justice that governed the universe. The pharaoh's journey to the afterlife kept this balance intact. If he failed, chaos could follow. The Nile's cycles and the sun's daily rebirth inspired their belief in life after death. The pharaoh was the divine link between gods and people. His immortality protected Egypt. By becoming a god in the afterlife, he could ensure the Nile flooded, crops grew, and enemies stayed away. His eternal life was national security. That's why tomb building and mummification were state priorities, not just personal vanity. The quest for immortality was also hope in a harsh world, a promise of paradise after hardship. For the pharaoh, it was a destiny to build, not just a dream. His journey inspired all Egyptians. If they lived justly, they too could reach the afterlife. The pharaoh led the way, making the dream of eternity possible for everyone. This belief united the nation in a shared purpose. Immortality was Egypt's ultimate dream. The Great Pyramids of Giza weren't just tombs, they were resurrection machines. Their shape symbolized the first mound of creation and a stairway to the stars. Built to last forever, they housed the pharaoh's body and spirit. The Great Pyramid of Khufu used over 2 million stone blocks, assembled by skilled workers, not slaves, during the Nile's flood season. These workers were part of a national project, building a gateway for their god-king. Each pyramid was part of a complex: mortuary temples, causeways, and valley temples, all designed to sustain the king's spirit. The entire landscape was sacred, aligned with the stars. Over time, pharaohs switched to hidden tombs in the Valley of the Kings to avoid robbers. The goal remained: protect the body and treasures for the afterlife. The strategy changed from monumental to secretive, but the ambition was the same. The pyramids remain the ultimate symbol of the pharaoh's quest to conquer death. Their legacy endures as a testament to their vision of eternity. If the pyramid was the eternal house, the mummy was the eternal body. Mummification was essential. The spirit needed to recognize and re-inhabit its form. The process was sacred, transforming a mortal body into a divine vessel. Priests removed the organs, preserved them in canopic jars, and left the heart for judgment. The body was dried with natron salt for 40 days, then anointed with oils and resins. Wrapping began hundreds of yards of linen, with magical amulets placed between layers for protection. The scarab amulet over the heart was crucial for the final judgment. The entire process took about 70 days. Finally, a funeral mask was placed on the mummy, which was then sealed in its coffin. The result, a body ready for eternity, equipped for the journey through the underworld. Mummification was the cornerstone of Egyptian beliefs about life after death. It was their way of ensuring the pharaoh's immortality. A preserved body and secure tomb weren't enough. The pharaoh needed a guide for the afterlife. Enter the Book of the Dead, a collection of spells, prayers, and hymns written on papyrus scrolls. These texts help the deceased navigate the underworld, defeat monsters, and pass the final judgment. The journey through the Duat was perilous, filled with demons and gods. The book's spells were tools for survival, protection, transformation, and escape. The most crucial moment was the weighing of the heart. If the heart was lighter than the feather of Maat, eternal life awaited. If not, the soul was devoured by Amit. Total annihilation. The book included a negative confession, a list of sins not committed, to prove purity. Passing the test meant paradise in the field of reeds. These spells were the Pharaoh's passport to eternity. The Book of the Dead was the ultimate guide to immortality. For centuries, tales of Pharaoh's treasures were just legends. Most tombs had been looted. That changed in 1922 when Howard Carter discovered Tutankhamun's nearly intact tomb. The tomb was small, but packed with wonders. Golden couches, thrones, chariots, and statues. Carter's words, "Yes, wonderful things," captured the world's imagination. The discovery was a global sensation, revealing the reality behind the myths. Over 5,000 objects were painstakingly catalogued, including the iconic golden death mask. Tutankhamun's tomb showed us the true scale of royal preparations for the afterlife. It wasn't just gold, there were board games, clothing, even a lock of his grandmother's hair. These items revealed the human side of the pharaoh's quest for eternity. The find confirmed that the pharaohs truly planned to take everything with them. Tutankhamun's tomb was a time capsule, proving their elaborate plans for immortality were real. It brought ancient Egypt to life for the modern world. The discovery remains one of archaeology's greatest moments. For over 1,000 years, the secrets of the pharaohs were locked in unreadable hieroglyphs. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone changed everything. Found in 1799, it had the same text in 3 scripts: hieroglyphs, Demotic, and Greek. Scholars realized it was the key to deciphering ancient Egyptian writing. Jean-François Champollion cracked the code in 1822, revealing that hieroglyphs were both pictures and sounds. Suddenly, Egypt's silent monuments could speak. Historians could read stories, names, and religious texts, including the Book of the Dead. The Rosetta Stone gave a voice to the pharaohs, letting them tell us about their beliefs and fears. It unlocked an entire civilization's history. Now, we could finally understand the pharaohs' quest for immortality in their own words. The Rosetta Stone remains one of history's greatest discoveries. It opened the door to ancient Egypt's secrets. Despite their power, pharaohs feared oblivion more than death. Being forgotten, having their name erased, meant losing immortality. That's why they carved their names everywhere, from temples to tiny amulets. Successors sometimes erased rivals' names, dooming them in the afterlife. This fear drove pharaohs to build ever grander monuments. Another terror, the final judgment. Even kings had to face the weighing of the heart. The Book of the Dead is filled with spells to help the heart speak well and not betray the deceased. The journey through the underworld was a nightly battle against demons and chaos. The pharaoh, like the sun god Ra, had to fight through darkness to be reborn. Magical knowledge was their weapon. Without it, their spirit could be lost forever. Immortality was not guaranteed. It was a struggle. The pharaoh's preparations reveal their deepest anxieties and their determination to overcome them. The pharaohs' quest for immortality drove Egypt's greatest achievements. Their obsession gave us the pyramids, mummification, and a rich legacy of art and writing. Archaeologists and linguists have unveiled their secrets. Tutankhamun's tomb showed us the treasures. The Rosetta Stone revealed their beliefs. Their drive wasn't just about power, it was about upholding Ma'at and cosmic order. The story of the pharaohs is a reminder of humanity's desire to be remembered. In a way, they succeeded. We still speak their names and marvel at their creations. Their civilization is gone, but their story endures. New technologies and discoveries continue to reveal more secrets. The quest to understand ancient Egypt is far from over. What other tombs and mysteries lie beneath the sands? Join us as we keep exploring these ancient wonders. The next great discovery could be just around the corner.